Could prostitution be legal in Colorado? There is a bill moving through the Colorado Senate that would decriminalize it, and if it's approved, Colorado would become the first state in the U.S. to fully decriminalize it. Our 9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor joins us now. Thanks for coming in.
Sure, happy to be here.
It's kind of wild to be talking about.
Yeah.
So first, tell us a little bit about this bill. What would be allowed and what wouldn't?
Yeah, so this bill would decriminalize prostitution. So that means actually selling sex and actually those who are soliciting it. So it would take away those criminal penalties. It would also, this is something that I think is important and I think may get some pushback. It will also prevent local counties and local governments from enacting their own laws to outlaw prostitution. So it will be statewide, it will be lawful. So it will still be unlawful to pander, which is to pressure someone to commit sexual acts that they don't want to consensually do. And it will also still outlaw pimping.
What's the reasoning for decriminalizing prostitution?
Well, it's interesting, and there were 4 Democrat sponsors of this bill, and the one primary sponsor, he said that people had come to him, he's out of Pueblo, and he said folks had come to him, sex workers, and said that it's dangerous, and after hearing their stories, he felt that decriminalizing it would actually make it safer, may make it, human trafficking is still unlawful, so it may make distinctions there. So, you know, this is how our representative government works. Somebody comes in and says, hey, here's an issue that we need a law, and then the lawmaker goes and passes that law. And he actually said when there is a hearing and you hear some of these people testify, that it will be persuasive.
Okay. Now, other states like Nevada have practically decriminalized it, but
Yes.
This would go a little bit further, right?
This would go further. So there's a couple states that go very far. So most people think about Nevada, but Nevada, it's still, there's certain counties that they have outlawed prostitution, so it's not statewide. And then it's specifically regulated for houses of prostitution or brothels. So here it would just be across the board. And Maine is another place where they have said that selling sex is lawful, but soliciting sex is unlawful. And so they could go after the men who are seeking the prostitution, but the women who are performing the sex acts, they don't have criminal activity, and that was for safety reasons too. So those are 2 states that have went very far, but if Colorado passes this law, it will be the farthest in the country.
All right, so if this passes, what's the timeline, and do you expect any litigation around it?
I do think there would be some litigation if it passes. Some folks arguing the constitutionality of it. I think it's supposed to go in effective immediately, so I suspect it would be in effect by July. So it will
This July?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, if it passes. So I'm not sure. Obviously, we have a Democrat-controlled legislature and obviously a Democrat governor. The governor has not indicated whether or not he would sign this if it did pass, and I'm not sure what other Democrat representatives, how they feel about it. So even though there's 4 Democrat sponsors on it.
Do you expect any unintended consequences if this law does pass?
That's a good question. Yes, I do think there will be some unintended consequences. I mean, some folks are saying, well, the social normalization is then sort of putting our moral compass a little further along. And some people could argue, well, we now have gambling in the state, we have legalized marijuana, we have mushrooms, now we may have prostitution. So some people may say, hey, we're becoming Sin City.
Right.
In many respects. And it's a question if the laws keep getting pushed. That's the Second Amendment folks' argument is, hey, if you limit my gun just a little bit here, you're going to keep pushing. And so the question is, hey, will we keep pushing in towards this sort of morally amorphous area?
Yeah, how far will the pendulum swing?
Yes, exactly right. So,
see.
yeah, that's potentially one.
Very interesting. When you sent your list of ideas for this week, I saw this one and I was like, what? We got to talk about that.
Yes.
So keep your eye on it. Let us know what happens.
Yeah, we'll know. It'll go to committee, and then it will go, if it gets out of the committee, which it's a 5-2 committee where it's first 5 Democrats and 2 Republicans. So it probably will get out of committee, and then we'll see what the rest of the legislature does.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Whitney, as always, thank you.